false imprisonment in El Salvador. He lost a lot of fucking weight. He was abused. There's a lot of shit that happened in El Salvador that he needs to fucking like.
I hope
bring.
Okay, so I'm looking at Uganda because I want to get some information. So first of all, first strike. It's a landlocked country in East Africa, but it has a diverse landscape, including snow-capped, I don't can't pronounce this, mountains and Lake Victoria, Africa's largest freshwater. It came up another point with the freshwater lake. Abundant wildlife, including chimpanzees, mountain gorillas, and often referred to as the Pearl of Africa. English language is spoken there and Swahili. Government is utilitarian. Okay, I don't know what the hell that means. And then nicknamed the Pearl of Africa. I said that. It's formerly British. That's why they speak English.
You can move to Kampala.
Is he going to go to jail in Uganda, or is he just going to be let out? I mean, like, let free?
He's going to jail there, too.
Oh, well, fuck it, y'all. I ain't got no answers. Because if the ultimate is jail in these two countries, I don't know. He got a hard decision.
But that's the thing. Costa Rica's better because he speaks the language.
Yeah. But you have to plead guilty. You guys keep saying. So what y'all want me to do?
Well, I'm not pleading guilty. We taking this shit. I'm taking this shit to the grave. So if I die, my wife is gonna continue suing.
Let me tell you something. If he get $1 million, I'm looking up the housing market in Kampala, and that's the capital.
Yeah, Kampala.
To live. You can get a really nice house for like $280,000.
He's gonna win. It's just you gotta ride it out, and that's just.
And how long is that? How long is this ride?
God only knows. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I hope he has people around him who are really giving him, and I'm sure he does. I hope
civil rights lawyers, yeah.
Who are telling him, these are the options, this is what I would do, or this is what I think you should do in your situation, because they want this man. I told him when he came back, I said, they are going to get him, and they're not going to let him stay here under any circumstances. These motherfuckers do not care. They're out to make a point with this man, and he's gone. He's out of here. Yeah.
And then his ass, when he went to do the check-in, he made sure everybody knows I might not be coming out. That shit was sad. If y'all watch that shit.
Yeah, I seen it. That's horrible.
It made my eyes water.
Those kids are gonna be traumatized.
They are, because he just seen their daddy Friday. Got to kiss, love, hug on him and everything, and then now he's got to go back.
Yeah, that was some bullshit right there. Even to let me out for like 24 hours. That was some
that was bullshit after 160 days.
Yeah. They playing a dirty-ass game. These dirty-ass Republicans, or whatever they call themselves, they're playing some dirty-ass games. And if we get back in the power, I swear to God, if we don't do the retribution tour like Trump, I'm done. Because this is some dirty-ass
You know what? They need to reopen them fucking charges, because I think Jack Smith, when he closed them, it was, what was it? Let me look it up. But I believe he closed them with room for reopening. But then there's a statute of limitations, so they definitely have to like bring those charges on as soon as they fucking hit ground.
And see, that's a problem, Pure Blood. You know, you fell into this. I don't even know I'm talking to you, because I got time, I guess, and I'm bored. But you fell into this whole thing. The Democratic Party is not all about homosexuality. I don't understand why you guys think that is our number one fucking focus. Let people live. It's none of my fucking business what people do behind their doors, under their roof. And it's not yours either. If I come in your look and see what the fuck you're doing sexually, it might be a problem for me also. So I don't care what people do. I don't. I'm too busy worried about the fuck what my vagina is doing. I do not fucking care. And you shouldn't either. Take 30 days and say, I'm gonna mind my fucking business for 30 days. And see how refreshing and freeing it is. You know, I do it every day. Today is the first day of minding my mother I do it every 30 days.
Pure blood, get up here.
Yeah, pure blood. He got issues. He's not on his. He's not living his life either.
Pure blood. Like, what is it? How is it affecting you? How someone else lives? It's not like, how is it encroaching your home?
Who said all that?
You talking about? Okay, let's scroll up because you started talking about. Yeah, but that you said, but you added liberals. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Just say, okay, if you would have just said, oh, you know, and also they don't believe in homosexuality, which no one is talking about, I probably wouldn't even said shit. But then you attached it to a group of people. Seriously though, go speak to some people instead of writing in the chat. If you go talk to people at Starbucks or wherever else the fuck, they don't care about that. They're like, we care about what's happening with us. If you're gay, good for you. If you're lesbian, good for you. I don't give a fuck if you binary, unnary, two-nary, three-nary, four-nary. I don't care. I don't. I spend all day doing these body modifications on these people. And I don't give a fuck. You know what? That's their body. That's theirs. It's not mine. It's none of my fucking business. I don't have to live in their body. I don't have to pay their rent. I don't have to fuck them. I don't have nothing to do with them. If they decide to come in and they want to take their tits off because they want to look a little bit more masculine, if they want to go and have their penis revised because they want to be feminine, how does that affect you? How? Just how? Are you fucking them? Just how? Explain it to me why this is even in your brain, why it even makes any difference to you. The only thing I fuck up is that I'm supposed to call them she when they're he and she. I almost got fired 2 or 3 times because my brain has to. No, it's serious business. I almost got fired 2 or 3 times. Different facilities that I go to when they're doing these augmentations and transformations. And I'm looking clearly at one thing, and my brain just have to, you know. And sometimes I go, okay, sir, and it's not a sir anymore. And I have to stop that. That's my bad, me. So anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't went on a tangent for nothing.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, Lisa, I'm listening to you, and I'm just thinking a lot about how human beings seem so threatened by what is different from them. I mean, this thing about, we talk about the other, xenophobia is all based on fear of the other. That's the actual definition of it. So I don't know what exactly happens inside of us, but if something feels too different than either my concept about myself or the choices I make, suddenly it's a threat. And so what you're saying is just so clear, which is, what the fuck does it have to do with you? How does this threaten you? Why are you wasting your time and energy to even engage in any question in your mind about making a judgment about them? That's just insane.
This is a
Really
group
stop
of
and
liberal,
break it down.
socialist,
So
Marxist,
that's what I
communist,
wanna say.
Democrats here on Clubhouse,
And
letting out all their dirty little.
Somebody made another point in my room months ago. Well, then we're paying for it. Okay, I've never looked at who's paying for this shit. When I have the chart, mostly because I don't care. You understand what I'm saying?
You think Medicaid pays for this? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Medicaid don't even pay for plastic surgery.
Hello.
Okay, you may get a breast reduction with Medicaid if it's damaging your back or if you have multiple rashes underneath your breast. But let's be clear, a lot of this is fucking cash or some private shit, or half private, half cash.
And Mel, I have the chart sitting right in front of me, and I don't give a fuck. I've never gone into the financial section because I'm too busy taking care of the fucking patient and documenting my narcs and my vitals and shit. And I'm being honest with you guys, I don't ever look because it's none of my fucking business. As long as I get paid at the end of that shift, it's on. When I don't get paid, then I'm interested. Other than that, people come in there to make decisions about their personal body, right? I don't agree with the fucking clit piercings, but I know a couple of friends who wants to get that shit done. I don't care. It's like I'll go with you to make sure you don't get a fucking infection. That's the only part I'm playing. But
And that's the thing. A lot of these people that complain about this shit, they've never even been around a trans person in their life.
Never. Y'all have never been around a trans
They've never
person.
seen one, been in the bathroom with one. And if you did, you didn't fucking know, clearly.
Yo, let me tell you guys a quick story. So, my brother-in-law, he unfortunately passed away in January. So, but he was really active in San Francisco. He was really active in San Francisco, like super active. And he was given an award a couple months ago for his work. And his two parents, my in-laws, they're both like super MAGA. Like they're super, I mean, military, Catholic, like hardcore Republican, right? But the award was at a gala. When I say a gala, it's Gayla. A gala where there's hella, it's deep San Francisco, right? And obviously everybody there is super active, like in the community, LGBTQ event. And they were there to accept the award on their son's behalf. And so I got to see like two hardcore MAGAs have a great time with a bunch of like LGBTQ folks, and they got to see like the other side. Like, dude, these are real people, y'all. Like, you guys are, you know what I'm saying? And they were in front. They were getting a standing ovation because, man, my brother-in-law was freaking the shit over here, dude. And so, yeah, I was just like, that was like an experience, and they get to see that side, and they signed up to donate and everything, and it was like sponsored by what's her name, Pelosi's, I guess, nonprofit or whatever. And they were like, man, are we gonna get to see Pelosi? Like, they were like excited. So it was like a really good experience to have them like see that side.
This was your brother, Jeremy?
Nancy can't come out after dark.
What was that?
Oh, I was just asking, these are your parents. This was your brother?
No, this is my brother-in-law. Some of my in-laws.
Brother.
His parents, yeah.
So
my wife's parents.
But he died, is what you said.
Yeah, he passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. So what you're saying is that it took them seeing the celebration of his contribution and his legacy for them to realize the people they were hanging out with were normal, regular people like them, and they can do something. I mean, it's poignant and sort of bittersweet that he probably didn't get that kind of acknowledgement when he was alive.
Yeah.
He probably did in San Francisco. I mean, I must say, like, I would think that he did. I would hope he did.
He was saying his parents were MAGA. See.
What was that? What was the question? What's too loud here earlier?
She was saying because it was the Bay Area that she thought that she would have gotten the acknowledgement. I was explaining you were specifically talking about his parents who were MAGA.
His parents might not have seen that side because, if he would have got the award anyway, so they would have been there anyway if he's still alive. But it's nice to see that, and unfortunately he wasn't there to see it, but he kind of was there because everybody there was just talking about him all night.
Yeah, it's a tribute. It's a tribute to. But also a great example of what happens when you put human beings together in a room, take away ideology, take away labels, and see them experience an actual real person just like them as a person, seeing people as people. I think from now on in this space and everywhere else, I'm just going to say my platform is human rights, period, and it covers it. Because I think all of these labels really get in the way. But that's a great story, Jeremy.
I like that. And circling back, y'all, if you don't mind, to Brego Garcia, if you don't mind, because I'm an advocate of human rights, and you guys know it. I don't care who the fuck. And then when you start talking about children, I'll lose my mind. So, special reminder, do not talk about kids around me. Okay, so they're saying that Brego Garcia, y'all, we're all hoping for the best for this young man. They're saying that he will never. Let me go down and put this down find out where they said it here. They said he will never be free on American soil. So if you guys understand that, he has to make a critical decision today. I know what we would like, and if hopes and dreams were something, I don't remember the end of that, but he's going to have to make a critical decision today, and it's very, very fucking sad. He's either going to Uganda or he can admit
Costa Rica
should,
rocks. Go to Costa Rica,
well, we talked about the Costa Rica aspect, but he'll still be in jail. I thought they were just going to parachute him in and let him. Yeah, I didn't either. I thought they were going. The way they making it seem like if you just say you're guilty, we'll send you to Costa Rica. But it's not that. They're saying, I'm gonna keep reading, because if he's going to go to jail in Costa Rica, which jail is better, Uganda or Costa Rica? So I'm trying to read here and make sure that's the option.
Costa Rica, because Costa Rica has more American friends and people are more respectful. I have no idea about Uganda though.
He's gonna.
We have to think about the prisons though, not just the outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to research. Y'all research which prison. Is he really going to prison? Okay, because if you tell me all I gotta do is say I'm guilty and you'll release me in Costa Rica, I'm gonna take that deal, because I don't want to go to jail, and I think I speak Spanish. I'll be able to make me a life with my family in a beautiful place called Costa Rica. But if you're telling me I'm going to jail no matter what, oh my God, he has a hard decision. I'll just read it.
This is protocol. The whole thing about this is that they're gonna start using this as a standard.
Hi, John.
What's up? How you doing?
Doing okay. How about you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for contributing to the campaign to elect candidate Congressman John Kitover. Thank you, Jane.
You're very welcome. I forgot. Yeah. Well, I'll get vilified. I like it.
Did you hear
I wouldn't vote for you. This was more of a friendly donation to support you.
Well, you're a little bit like Peter. You're like my Peter Thiel. You're funding lawfare against some of your deepest, worst enemies on this app. I salute you in the battle, Jane.
Thank you. Did you win against who?
Yeah.
Brad F.
They sent me. Somebody sent me a text message and says your knee. He says, what did he say? He said, you don't have to worry about Brad. You've put your knee on his throat. I was like, ooh, damn. I was like, I didn't think I, did anything that atrocious, but apparently he has scuttled his ship. He's running for the mountains with his wolf, and he's living, like, what is his name?
On a survival show?
He's like Ted Bundy, or not Ted Bundy. Who was the guy who was living in the forest? The Unabomber. Anyways, I'm just teasing, but no, everything is fine. I mean, the whole thing was I wanted to stop him from harassing me. I wanted to stop Dr. Adams from harassing me, and I wanted to stop who's the other? Oh, Matt Cool. There's a whole bunch of people. Pepe, everybody. They're all harassing me in the campaign, and I hope this warning will prevent people from basically doing slander, defamation, and libel against me.
I hope so too. And in the process, you're cleaning up the streets for others who might not have to take that vitriol. Although we're all on this app voluntarily, so I'm not one to complain about it. When I looked into this years ago, the first thing that you'll be asked is, well, why did you stay on this app? As far as like the threats and all of that.
Well, it's still, it doesn't negate. He's still breaking the law by saying the horrific homicidal ideation that he says on this app. So
yeah, I know, and I'm really glad you are standing up to that. Very few people, men in particular, ever say shit. So it's been very refreshing. Good job.
He's very schizophrenic to listen to, because sometimes he'll be talking about statistics, data, news, etc. But then when you hear him like rapid fire off, death threats mixed in with other things, you're like, did I just hear that correctly?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, what?
And they're going around saying others are mentally unstable. So it's a whole inverted universe. I suppose.
Yeah, if you go around throwing stones and you yourself are doing what you're accusing other people of doing or behaving or being, like, it's, it's all, that's why I say all communication is projection.
Totally. Well, I find it the angle interesting how many women line up to support these men.
I think that's psychological because have you ever been to the zoo and observed, silverback gorillas with their harem of female gorillas?
Yeah, but I agree with you without even. Yeah, of course. This is socialized into us. You must, at all costs, protect. I don't know the details of this.
It's either Munchausen syndrome or what's the other one where you're getting abused? Is that Munchausen syndrome?
No, Stockholm.
Stockholm. I think it's either Stockholm or Munchausen.
Or a hybrid, a combo, a new condition. Well, John, good luck. I'm heading out.
Okay, take care.
But thank you for keeping me up to date. I'm very interested.
And thank you for donating to the campaign, Jane.
Sure. Bye.
Take care, bye.
That is East Africa.
They're saying if you do not.
That's what it says. Okay, good night. Close your mic. Other people want to talk. You're not the only person here. Shush.
Yeah, we gotta get over like if why is this happening? We gotta get over that. We already know why this is happening. We gotta go with what options are actually on the table, because we gotta make sure is this whatever is best for him, right? And he has to make that. And here's what I say: you better have a really good attorney go line by line. Make sure there's no freaking like loopholes in there or anything like that they might make it worse for you. So have them read it, the read between the line.
Well, he has attorneys. That's the whole point, y'all. I'm reading the article. I've read it 3 times. She's right about serving the time, and I don't know what kind of time that is, but Costa Rica has agreed to take him as a refugee. So if you agree to take me as a refugee, then I don't know. That means that I'm under your protection as Costa Rica. So I don't know how long they're going to decide to keep him in jail as a Spanish-speaking country. I don't know about the circumstances under his family, if they can go. He has lawyers.
That doesn't make sense. No, I'm going to take a step back here because that doesn't make any sense. To accept someone as a refugee is not a prisoner. So that's the thing is those are 2 different languages we're talking about. So if he's willing to accept them, it sounds like to me, my understanding from what I'm hearing from you and what I heard is that he's able to go to Costa Rica as a refugee, will not be put in prison because a refugee is not a prisoner.
I'm reading to you from this article, and it's from the New York Times. You guys can take it for its value. You can go read it yourself. It said here that I just lost my space.
Yeah, they just ultimatum him, right? That's it. They cornered him into those options.
I just lost my space. Go ahead and talk, you guys. I have to go back and find the space where it said Costa Rica will take you as a.
Then what would happen to his civil case going on with his, what would happen to his civil case going on? What would happen to his civil case that he has against the United States government? So if he was to plead guilty, what does that mean for a civil case? Because he has a civil case.
Good question. It would mean a lot if you plead guilty to being that. The guilty plea would be to the trafficking, Patty, and I think the civil case is for him not going through due process. Am I correct, or you guys can correct me?
Yeah. So, but what I was going to say is we have to remember that his so-called crime, which they're calling human trafficking, was that he had a pile of immigrants in his car crossing over so that they could get work. And I think that's not really what human trafficking means, but that's what they used to start this whole mess.
Yeah, that case was already thrown out, right?
Exactly. And also,
I don't think they have anything on him. So they don't have anything. That's not human trafficking.
See, I'm not done talking. Sorry. Of course, it's not human trafficking, but I want to say that I want to put it in the same, we've got a whiteboard going on here, and there's this. Also remember that ICE is now doing raids and detaining people based on things like not wearing their seatbelt. this is a precedence that is so much bigger, and what's going to become much more worse as this, militarization goes into Chicago, New York, everywhere else that it's going to go. So I just want to remind us that that's what people are being stopped by and then convicted of. And then what happens is they try to resist. Now that's a felony, resisting arrest. So what started out as my seatbelt wasn't on turns into this. So we have to keep focused on, I would give anything for a regular to be safe and okay, but there's a bigger question at hand with what they're able to call criminal.
And the biggest question, it also, once again, is the civil liberties part of it. So this is setting a precedent for that. And next thing I know it, you're right, I'm pulled over by the police for a seatbelt, which I always have my seatbelts on. Now they're doing your lights in the back, whatever. And then that guy in Washington, D.C. the other day, they were stuck in traffic, literally stuck in traffic. The one that I played the other day. And they walked up to this guy's car because he looked illegal. One more time, looked illegal. So if you look illegal, whatever he refused to open roll down the window. It was DC cops, and it was also the National Guard, or whatever they call those people, in the uniform. They broke his window, which is the new standard. If you don't roll down your window's going to get smashed. They pulled him out, grown-ass man, through the window, and started asking him for his papers. Well, he never got a chance to pull the papers out because he was resisting arrest because they were pulling and yanking. I don't know how. Do I go limp, pulling me off the car and dragging me and throwing me to the ground? So, yeah, they had 12 people on him. He kept crying. Y'all remember that? It was crying. Yeah. Literally crying. Said, I'm not a criminal. I work here, blah, 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 blah. They didn't give a fuck. They put all of them had on his knee, on his back. They cuffed him, and they threw them in the van. Now, how is this even fucking legal in this country? This stuff go down. He had a chance to go first.
What the things that you're seeing, them breaking windows, breaking in barber shops, breaking the windows of barber shops. I mean, this fucking stuff is, how is it illegal? I mean, this is really, they're like throwing these people down on the fucking pavement, hitting their heads, and they don't even know if they have the right person.
Y'all know they've been doing this to black folk for the last 100 years.
Yeah, we know that.
Oh, shit. I mean, you see it's so shocked and appalled. Like,
any of this shit, I don't agree with it. Any black, white, any gray, brown, I don't agree with any of that stuff.
Well, that's what they practice it on.
I get really empowered by it because it's not acceptable. It's not right.
It just, I don't know. I don't want to, excuse me, First Lady.
Excuse me.
And you passing gas off mic. So
not yet.
I don't want to, I don't want the thing to be missed that they have been doing this on, black people. This is that they were doing this and black people were saying this, and nobody really cared. And now that people that look kind of white is happening to people up in arms like what's going on?
But
I know you're not giving a thumbs up, pure blood, when you just was talking about gays. You need to go sit down and listen for a minute. I'm gonna drop you.
Yeah, but the point I'm making, and this isn't really towards anyone, right? So don't get offended. See,
I'm offended.
But what I'm saying is, are you a white lady?
I'm C.
I'm saying that it's just interesting to hear, as a person who's had this happen to me several times, to hear the outrage when we've been screaming it from the top of our lungs for years and years and years. And I mean, I understand that it is outrageous, it's bad, it's terrible, but there's the reason why you may not, from a lot of black people, from a lot of urban areas, they may be like, what if It's because it's like, this is not abnormal. Like, breaking windows and all of this stuff has happened to me. All of it. And I've never been a drug dealer.
Like you've had the police break, you've seen.
Yeah, several. No, not seen. It's happened to me. I've had my dog taken away from me. I've had all kind of ridiculous shit happen with the police. No National Guard, no nothing. But this is just what happens to, if you are a black man, but man especially, I can almost, I would bet any amount of money we could just tell black men to come up here and tell their stories, and all of them will have one. All of them. So it's just, I say that to say we have to listen to our citizens, because even though, we may not think black people are telling the truth, black people, like always, have been the first to let America know, hey, this is not.
I would say also child labor.
Especially in the so-called marijuana fields.
Oh, shit.
I can't believe it's only 10 o'clock. I'm bored.
You're overstimulated from last week. I know. I need to look and see if there's anything going on in the hallway.
What's that?
I need to look and see if there's anything even going on in the hallway.
Maybe wasn't much. I think Chillism has a room open. Yeah, I don't see anything major going on right now.
Well, that's what we were talking about, the Menendez case, and I just got frustrated with just, not all of them, but just certain, just dumb as a box of, I'm talking drooling on the floor, stupid. Just everything turns into a little argument. It's like, dude, I read the case. You're sitting there reading off of ChatGPT, and you're not even acknowledging the fact that there are two separate cases. There was a case that ended in a deadlock, and then there was a case that ended in their conviction. So it just got frustrating.
I forgot about that. You're right. They did deadlock the first time.
Yeah, there was a lot going on back then. You had the OJ trial going on, the McMartin case. Like, there was a lot of stuff going on back then. Josh Echobar slapping cops.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the Phil Spector case. Remember the Phil Spector case? The musician, I think it was Phil Spector. Didn't he shoot his wife or something?
Are you talking about the white dude with the afro?
Yeah.
That dude was weird. Yeah, I think in her sleep.
Maybe we were as crazy back then as we are now. Maybe it's just spotlighted because of social media.
I think we're better now. You don't see any celebrities running around slapping cops.
No, we just have them like little Nas X walking down the middle of Ventura Boulevard.
And his undies in there.
He was wearing his underwear and fuzzy boots. Like, what the
Oh, man. That was hysterical. I was like, what in the fuck?
Posing like he's on the runway. And
That's what I was about to say. He was so prissy.
Right?
He was so prissy with that.
He's lucky he didn't get hit by a car. So Ventura Boulevard is very dark. I don't know if y'all have ever been out here. It's very, very, very dark.
Yes, it is.
I mean, at least his tidy ladies were white.
pristine. That's why people were trying to claim he was overdosed, and I'm like, yeah, no, overdose doesn't look like that. That was a calculated move. He made sure his underwear were spotless. So.
Yes, that and those boots.
That would have been funny if he had fallen and shitted on himself.
I was just like, why? What is this happening right now? It was kind of very reminiscent of Britney Spears.
And Martin, remember years ago when Martin Lawrence had that breakdown, like on Hollywood Boulevard or some street in LA, and I think he was in his underwear too, or was it a diaper? Either way it goes, Martin had that breakdown. He was in the
So sad. I loved Martin Lawrence too.
Yeah. And a pistol. I think he had a gun too.
I feel bad for laughing, but I see that at least once a week.
Adam says just another day.
Well, no. So when I was on the phone earlier, I was calling LAPD. There was two homeless people that just, they just started setting up shop. And I'm just like, okay, this man's playing with the lighter. We just had those fires in January. Like, can you please, like, remove this person? Like, take him to a shelter or something? But yeah, I can't wait till the Olympics comes to town and they get rid of all the homeless people.
What's that, in 2 years?
2028.
It's summer games, right?
Yep. Come on, Serendipity. Where in Southern California are they going to have the Winter Olympics?
I know. I'm sitting here thinking, like, it doesn't really snow very much in Cali, does it? I guess you got to go pretty far north.
I mean, you could go to Big Bear or, up north, but for the most part, it's not really prime skiing territory. It snows in LA, in Mount Baldy.
Really?
Yeah. I was on Clubhouse in the snow one time. I got bored during the holidays. I just drove out there.
I don't know. I guess I kind of felt like LA getting snow was like us getting snow. Yes, I can technically say we get it every few years or so, but not really. It never amounts to much. I'm shedding so bad. Like, I must be losing my summer coat or something. Something's definitely up.
It's kind of fun living in a big city. Like I see a Jet 2 every day.
I don't think I'd like it. I like being close enough to be there if I want to be there, but it's not being.
Says those are military incursions near border, a dangerous escalation, and these people are demonic, man. They've been bombing the shit out of Syria for a while. Israel says it killed Hezbollah men trying to rebuild group in southern Lebanon. Wow. We have, I guess, according to this article, we have a 3-year-old in critical condition after piano falls on him.
Yeah.
That's something new. That's Israeli, I think, Jewish kid, man. 3-0.
Is the piano okay?
Calm down, bro. Calm down. Calm down, man. We need to calm down. What's up, Mark? Let's see. You want to speak, Mark? No? Anyways.
Mark, what side are you on?
phone call, maybe.
But you know, the app has been glitching like for 2 days as well. So.
Yeah, I think it's. Are you using the iPhone, Ocean?
No, I don't like iPhone. But there's the
Are you
other
using
one.
Android? Oh my God, you disappointed me.
Why?
I was gonna mock the iPhone. I was gonna mock the iPhone thing, but anyways.
But you know, iPhone is like for dummies. It's like I'm sorry, but like they created.
Someone please ping General in here.
Sorry.
There's a brother here, General. He'll fight with you for the iPhone thing.
No, I think.
Oh wow! Speaking of General emotions, he's saying iPhone is garbage. It's for stupid people.
I didn't say that. I said that they created it for people with Down syndrome and autistic people. No, it's true. It's true. The original design of the iPhone is so you don't need to read and you go by colors and shapes. It's like the whole thing is like simplified for really simple, intelligent.
General, what's up with you, bro?
Assalamu alaikum.
Did you hear what she said?
You know what's interesting is sister. I don't want to call sister Ocean out. She was having issues with the app earlier on, and she didn't know where to find the update. So I think it's enough that.
I just said technical. I never said the more intelligent one.
Well, in that case.
No, I like to challenge myself in life. So if I'm going to take something technological, I will take the most difficult one. I'm kidding. Yeah, you did out me. I am back.
Yeah, I thought so. Next time, just stay in lane and insult iPhones.
No, but it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. Wait. You just actually proved that you are in my level. So wherever I am, you know, technically, you're there with me because it's still made for, you know.
Not at all. I think that the beauty of it is that it's a multi-trillion-dollar company. It designed a product to be much better. Well, actually, it was one of the first smartphones, to be fair.
One of the first?
One of the first smartphones. Using a smartphone shouldn't be rocket science, right? It should be very fluid.
It was Android, the first smartphone,
very secure.
not iPhone, General. You know this.
No, I said one of the first. One of the first.
One of the first, but it came after Android phone came out. So one of the. Well, you could say maybe one of the.
I mean, no person in the scientific or tech community will say that Android is more fluid than iOS. iOS is built like that.
Also, first does not mean best.
Exactly. First is always not the best.
No, but first is always the original, which, you know, they
But that doesn't matter. Do we want to be first in everything? No. Do we want to be perfect in everything? Yes.
But jokes aside, I mean, Android is more like sophisticated and more advanced. I'm not saying I'm better at that one. I'm just saying it is. This is reality.
Which one is?
The Android.
Android is not more sophisticated and or advanced.
Between
that's just
come on.
Use your sophisticated AI and ask it which operating system is more secure.
I don't like that your tone now, General. You're becoming very like how do you say when someone wants to win?
I don't really care about winning. I have both.
He has both.
I don't know. Maybe
he has both. But the one that
there's good arguments to be made that iOS is good, and there's arguments to be made that Android is good. I personally don't like Android. It's just a very clunky operating system.
I want to get the Chinese phone. Weiwu? Is that what it's called?
Huawei. Not Weiwu.
Mine is a Huawei, and that's an Android.
It's Huawei.
Wait, isn't Huawei Android?
Yeah, it's Chinese though. He said Chinese.
I have the Chinese version. That one.
Which one?
Huawei.
Oh, you have the full or the normal one?
Not
I can barely hear you.
Like the normal one with the thin one.
Is it the one with the the round cameras at the back? Like
With the round. I'm not.
What the brand name is? I
have the Motorola.
Motorola.
Yeah.
Oh, Motorola's American, but it's owned by Lenovo.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that.
So you could say it's Chinese, I guess.
It was according to.
I didn't know they still sold phones. I thought it was just no wait. They have the foldables.
No, but mine is like a mini cheap quantum. Like mine isn't really advanced.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's not a foldable one. So, anyways, I think, oh wow, we got Zach in here. What's up, Omar? Assalamu alaikum.
What up? Assalam.
Walaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Zach, what do you think about them going up to the hospital?
That was a very quiet alaikum salam. You don't want to give me a hearty alaikum? I gave you a good salam alaikum.
I did.
I know, but you said it under your begrudgingly. You said it begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly. My question to you, what do you think about the hospital attack, Zach?
I haven't heard about the most recent hospital attack.
I put the article in the chat. If you scroll up, you'll be able to see it.
Put the link in the chat. All right.
You want to see it? I'll put the link in the chat.
Israel, hold on. Hospital attack.
And guess what?
Journalists, 20 people, 5.
Trump was pissed off.
That's a lot of journalists.
Trump was pissed, and guess what? These are mainstream journalists.
Last remaining voices reporting about the dying silently. All right.
These fuckers are killing mainstream journalists, your white brothers and sisters.
Starved.
I'm sure they'll find a way to defend it.
Ceasefire now. Okay, great. Ceasefire now. Let's have a ceasefire now. I agree. Ceasefire.
Yeah, but do you agree that they are targeting hospital workers?
They're targeting people who are appear to be hospital workers. I don't know if they are hospital.
They're targeting journalists and hospital workers. Do you agree on that? No, nobody's appearing.
Shlomi, our friend Shlomi.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Shlomi?
Yes.
Do you like Shlomi?
Yeah, he's okay.
Do you respect Shlomi? Do you believe Shlomi? Do you believe Shlomi?
You don't have to respect.
Do you believe Shlomi?
I don't believe Shlomi. The new stories came out. I don't believe his new stories. The one I
What are his new stories? Which stories do you believe? Which stories do you not believe?
He kind of changed the whole story on us.
How did he change it?
We have somebody sent me a clip of when I questioned him. We did a Q&A. It was an hour and 30 minutes. Some of the answers were very, interesting. We asked him one of the questions. We asked him, "Would you have dinner with somebody?"
I was there on that.
Do you know what he said? Do you know what he said?
He said he would have dinner.
Yeah, there you go. What does that make you feel? What does that say?
Just for being a frequent fan of yours, that I was here on.
I don't remember you were here. You didn't have a trash bag. I don't know you a trash bag.
I was probably Nature Hero, or maybe I was Ishmael the gorilla. Remember, I used to be Ishmael the gorilla.
Why would you put a gorilla's picture on there? Because you're racist.
No,
I'm trying to get you to change your mind. I'm trying to get you to change your mind.
It was.
You can be racist if I could be racist.
White people can't be racist. White people can only experience racism.
We're experiencing racism when what? Nobody was being racist to you.
Yeah, white people can't be racist.
Anyway, look. Shalom said that he was held in Gaza as a prisoner of Gaza. And Shlomi said that the guy who was holding him prisoner was literally a journalist. And so if you don't believe Shlomi, you don't believe Shlomi, okay? But if you do believe Shlomi... Wait a minute, I'm in the middle of speaking. If you don't believe Shlomi, you don't believe Shlomi. But if you do believe Shlomi, then you have to admit that there are some people who are journalists. I'm not saying the guy was a Hamas fighter. I'm not saying he was a Hamas fighter, but he was a journalist who was also holding a man hostage in
go out and freaking had a camera and he would record everything?
I think he went out and he freaking had a camera and he was fucking record everything.
He was recording what was going on with the hostages. That's how they send out videos of the hostages. He wasn't a journalist. When we asked him questions, Zach, when we asked him questions, he didn't say journalist.
You're disingenuous.
No, he literally didn't say he was a journalist. No, but he didn't say it.
I hear you.
Okay, can you provide evidence where he said he was a journalist?
Not
the clips. Hold on, Zach. The clips I have. Nowhere in there he said he was a journalist.
He posted online that he was held hostage by.
That's what I'm saying. He changed the whole fucking story. What he told us on the clips that we have is way different than what he said, what he wrote afterwards, because he changed the story after the pressure.
On the clips that he had, he said he would have dinner with the guy, but did he say that he was a journalist?
No, he didn't say he was a journalist. That's what I'm saying. Literally, bro, I don't know what you're on about, man. Seriously, see, now you're being intellectually dishonest.
I just said about you. I just said that you're being intellectually dishonest.
Zach, we have data. We have proof. I have evidence. I'm not lying. And the other day, we had Shuki that played his clip.
Look, I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about.
So are you going to deny the evidence that I have?
What evidence that you have about
I have the actual clip on that day when we did a Q&A, right? Shuki brought it to our attention. Shuki is the one that played it, the whole the clip. It's about an hour and 30 minutes long, all right? In this same room. Nowhere in there he said he was a captive under journalist. I think and what he did, after he did whatever he did, he changed the whole fucking story. And guess what? Him and there's people on the, on a case, they filed a lawsuit against Mahmoud Khalil and a whole bunch of other people. I came across a PDF file because we have a lawyer as a moderator as well. You know Ace, right, Zach? She's a lawyer, by the way, by profession. She came across a court case. Do you know whose name is mentioned? Shalomi's name mentioned on there. Who else? Mahmoud Khalil. Who else? CARE, the organization that fights for the Muslim rights in America, that get discriminated against at the, hotel or whatever. There was even a whole bunch of cases about hijab or whatever. Some people even got fired just for wearing a hijab in America. And CARE is a non-profit organization that fights for the, on behalf of Muslims. And so Shalomi has filed. Shalomi, is one of the people on there. There's other people on there as well, and you have the Jewish organization, and they even went after Jews for Peace on that document. It's a case that has been filed in a court of law, and even against that Colombian student. Literally, Shalomi went to policy. He made a comment. I don't know what he did. We asked him this question. He said he heard some names. We asked him, "Do you speak Arabic?" He said no. He doesn't speak Arabic. And then Asa asked him, "How the hell did you know about that person's name that was protesting at the Columbia University? Do you know that person got arrested thanks to Shalomi?" And Shalomi fucked up the whole thing. Yeah, Shalomi fucked up the whole thing. And I was in a shock. And when he came in here, he's like, "No, I didn't say any of that." Then how did the newspaper spin the whole narrative? They didn't fucking spin it out of nowhere. And then now we see a court case. And Shalomi's name is on there. It means Shalomi is in on it, and he lied to us. He pulled a hasbah on us. And that's what bothers me. And we actually have evidence. Can you imagine if this evidence was presented in court of law? His fucking whole case will go down the toilet. You can't go around and change a fucking story and lie about it. Nowhere in those clips, we asked him multiple times, who was that person? We asked him a whole bunch of questions. Nowhere in the fucking clip he said he's a journalist. And then he came around and he changed his whole story. That's what bothers me about fucking liars, man.
Greetings to the room. I was in here the other day and someone said that the Gazans cannot leave, but I recently saw this organization called Heal Palestine that has been bringing people to the United States. So I just want to make sure I'm not being scammed and anything like that because I've been keeping up with their page.
The United States canceled the visas, by the way, Sister Santos. There was a 3,000 visa that they issued and they canceled it. So there's no more kids allowed, thanks to Marco Rubio. And there's some Zionist bitch or, man bitch. They got into, they canceled the visas.
Well, this particular family came over the beginning of August.
It's for amputee kids, by the way, Sister Santos. You know amputee kids? Yeah, if your kid is amputated, then they'll bring you, but they canceled all these visas. They're going to send them back.
They're going to send them back to Gaza?
It's very small. It's like less than 3,000. Do you know what the population of Gaza is? It's about 2 million.
We need
how many people? How many kids?
2 million.
No. Do you know how many kids have died like recently last week due to starvation? Was more than 1,500 kids.
Do we need to accept all 2 million?
Zach. Did I say 2 million? I'm giving you facts.
You just said 2 million, actually.
I said
my friend.
Zach.
Why are you speaking in his mouth?
Hang on, Ocean. I didn't say 2 million. Recently, just 1 week, about 50 to 100 kids died due to starvation. Okay, in 1 week, and they've been killing. Hold on, Zach.
5,000 kids.
I said 50. Yes, I said 50 to 100 kids.
Oh, 50 to 100.
Yeah, and you know every Zach, every minute, every 40 minutes, there's one child dying in Gaza. Every 40 minutes. Either due to starvation or due to sniping them.
Wait, my friend, repeat that.
Every 40 minutes, a child is dying in Gaza.
I'm a liar, Caleb. Go ask your little show me brother, you know, the one that lied on fucking the stage. And there's a court case going on in relate to fucking show me and a whole bunch of these psychopaths. They filed a lawsuit in court of law in the U.S. You know, you guys think that you're the fucking big shots, you know? Oh, we're not gonna. I'm a huge liar. A motherfucker Shalomi lied on my stage, and we have his clips. The other day, Shuki played his old fucking clip. It was an hour and 30 minutes. How he lied. But anyways, there's no point. So, and look up the data. How many kids are dying every 40 minutes? Go look it up. There's one child dying every 40 minutes, either due to starvation, the sniping, or burning them or killing them. These motherfuckers are demonic. Yep. Anyways.
I left and came back. Something happened to my phone. And I was here with you, seeing Mary. You said it's amputees, but you're saying that the U.S. is canceling the visas because I guess some Zionists that were, working to get it canceled or lobbying or something. Is that accurate?
What did you say?
So you're saying that even for the amputees and stuff like that, they're canceling visas. But my thing is, how is Heal Palestine getting people out in the first? Like, how are they getting people out, and why is that not being replicated?
So UAE came out recently, and UAE said that they're. Yeah, Matt, can you please mute up respectfully? Just mute up. UAE came out. They're supposed to take in about 15,000 injured people. Injured Palestinians, and the injured Palestinians, and they're in the process. But I don't know how this is going to work out. So the organization that you're talking about, it works with a lot of different countries. Whoever wants to take the kids in, and America has been pushing it. That the country should step in. European country, even France came out. France said we can give them refugee status to some of the people. And let's see. I mean, these people are the same demonic people, including the fucking U.S. government. We've got a bunch of pedos in there, right? And they all thanks to Israel. We had a pedo that ran away from Las Vegas, right? He was able to get out of it because the state attorney apparently is Israeli Jew, and she let him out. She let him out, got a $10,000 bond, right? And out of the $10,000 in America, usually you pay 10%, which is $1,000. And he was able to leave the country. A pedophile out of jail, walking on the streets of Nevada, Nevada is one of those tough states on pedophilia, right? And walking on the streets of Nevada, getting, packing up his fucking bags and whatnot, getting to the airport, a pedophile, and allowed to fly back to Israel. And it's not Israel anymore, it's a pedo island. And this is the problem with and what Israel does, it protects, the pedophiles, a whole bunch of them. And the spies, like you had Jonathan Pollard, fucking spied on America for Israel. He's living on the streets of fucking Israel now. So, yep, there's a lot that's going on. And Jeffrey Epstein, if it was to come out, we'll have to clean up the house. There's a lot of pedos in fucking Congress. Ehud Barak, that's a former Israeli prime minister. He has visited the Epstein Island more than 30 times, according to Times of Israel. And Epstein's been to Israel in 2008, And you have Ghislaine Maxwell. What they did, they moved her to the lower security prison. And either they're probably going to assassinate her or do something, And apparently, the prison that they moved her to, the lower security prison, they don't usually allow pedophiles in there. I don't know how they allow Ghislaine Maxwell.
Well, she had a conversation with the FBI days before. So apparently she gave them some really crucial information. And they moved her right after that without even explaining anything. I think she's probably helping them. Either she's helping them to catch other bigger fish, or she knows things that would look very bad if they got out. So they're making some type of secret deals with her. I saw a thing today that came out about her that shortly after she was, I guess, it came out about the pedophilia stuff. She was a couple of years later, she was at a Clinton event. The same way when Epstein got caught up the first time and they let him go right back out and do the same thing. So, it's all messed up. It's all messed up. You know what the sixth step I saw under the comments though for the Hill Palestine video that I was talking about with the kid and that the kids that they were rescuing and stuff like that with the family. And this particular video I was seeing, people are under the freaking comments talking about, I thought the kids were starving. I thought people were starving there. Why do they look so healthy? It's so sick.
The audacity of those people.
Yeah, they want them to be.
They want them to actually look like they're starving.
Yeah.
These kids don't even look like they're starving.
Calm down with your genocidal rhetoric. Calm down with your genocidal rhetoric. Yeah. They are starving. Yeah, they are starving. Understand your genocidal rhetoric, right? Respectfully, don't do that in here. You can go do it in the Zionist rooms. Mocking the starving children, while they're getting butchered and slaughtered by your disgusting Zionist criminal entity. A disgusting entity, that freaking, every majority of the world is pro-Kali for a reason. Because of your disgusting Zionist entity, they lost the PR war as well. Nobody in the future, if you claim to be, Israeli, they're not going to respect you. They're going to beat the shit out of you. And that's what's going on all over the world. And some of the countries are putting a ban on Israelis.
Now, am I out of pocket for saying I laughed at the starving people in 1945 in them camps? Or what? How you want to play it, bro? You know what I mean?
Let's not stupid. Never knew.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just just refrain from these dumbass comments, my friend, and you won't get them back.
People like Zach are too dumb to understand that there are different classes of people in Gaza. You have people that are able to use cell phones to start fundraisers, and just maybe they might be able to raise enough money to buy some protein and not grain or canned food. But there's a lot of people who don't really have access to getting data chips, and they don't have cell phones. They don't have the ability to start fundraisers. And the lower class parts of Gaza, people who are already be food insecure even before the genocide. And that's who the famine is affecting the majority of the time. Of course, you're going to have some kids that are going to come out of Gaza that are able to seek help, and they're not like skin and bones, but that doesn't mean that they weren't food insecure either, or they weren't hungry most of the time before they were able to leave. Fucking retards.
I got something for him. Hold on. Let's see. I'll be right back.
Who on the stage is Jewish?
Anyways, yeah, my friend, these individuals in 1945, they look like they're doing just fine. They're clothed. Let me see. God damn it. They look like they're doing just fine in that camp right there. Right?
There's a picture of a fat guy in a concentration camp.
You know, the people in those pictures actually look like they were starving.
No. They look real healthy.
No.
I don't know what you
They're skinny and gaunt. They're gaunt.
No, they're in their real original ghoul form. They're in their real ghoul form.
No. What you're saying is not comparable to what I was saying.
They have cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy.
It's a.
Well, how can you look at that picture that you have of David and not feel bad for those people, and not be inspired by how far they've come?
Okay, so the same way that you're at my neck about that, but this goofball over here was like, oh yeah, you want to see whatever snide comment he said. But once again, I'm the crazy guy for applying the same pressure. Shut your bitch ass up. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? That's why y'all all weirdo, goofy. Like, bro, the motherfucker said the same shit I'm saying, and y'all want to address me. Shut the fuck up.
You're putting pictures of the people's ancestors.
And free Palestine.
It's all inhumane. All of it.
I'm just giving him what he wants.
Like, goes further back than that.
Well, some of those people didn't survive. Many of them did not.
And what's that got to do with
same thing in Gaza? Sisters aren't the same thing in Gaza. So many people did not survive. They died because of starvation.
And I hope that they have a comeback story as well. I really do. I truly do.
And they're dying every day. But then you have this idiot, Zach, my friend, right? I don't even want to attack his personal life. I mean, what I know about him. But, if I have, I can say a lot of shit about it and it will piss him off. But I don't want to go down that path. But then, you see starving children, and it's a fact. It's not just from me. It's the U.S. Aid Company and all of these organizations that came out and said there's a fucking famine at like level 5 or level 4.
I just want to say, sister, first and foremost, I apologize for crashing out. You didn't deserve that. I'd be overanalyzing shit. And once again, whenever it comes to for this case, because I hate even using the word Jewish, for the Jewish people, it's always, oh my God, how could you? Unbelievable, shocking, and then, but people can get away with the craziest statements to Palestine. It's like, why? Because you can't see it, because you're not actively trying to look for these atrocities or what. But a lot of people just have a blind eye to current, present day, and me talking about almost 100 years ago is out of pocket. It's kind of crazy to me, but whatever.
Well, my biggest thing is I don't understand why more places are not helping. I don't get it. And Amir's tried to break it down to me, but I don't understand why there are other Muslim brothers and sisters in countries are in bed with the U.S., in bed with Israel, in bed with everybody, and not helping them. I don't get it, and that's what frustrates me. It makes me very angry, and I also don't like the fact that I don't feel like there's nothing I can do. I'm not a person who believes in protest. I'm not wasting my breath, and I'm not going outside standing with a freaking sign. I want to get those people out of that situation. What can I do? What can I realistically do to get those people, even one person, out of that situation? And I've asked people on this app, and they told me there's no way for them to get out, that it's impossible for them to leave. So with that being said, what do I do?
first of all, Arab countries and Muslim countries in general, they don't want to be complicit in the genocide of Palestinians. The reason why
Well, they are being complicit, and they're gonna have to take account.
Let me say how.
They're gonna have to take account for turning a blind eye at what's happening to their fellow Muslims.
Okay.
They're gonna have to turn. The world is watching.
Because Egypt,
and I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the government.
Okay. Even the government knows if the Palestinians go into Egypt, Israel's going to take Gaza, and then Egypt is going to be next. They don't want to be complicit in ethnic cleansing, which I believe is a good thing. It's the duty of Western countries, especially America, to stop it. They can literally end it right now.
It's everyone's duty. It is everyone's duty.
They can end it. They can end it next hour, but they don't want to because we all.
Why are you putting everything on the United States? I agree. The United States has not been helping, but it's everyone's duty.
Our tax money pays for it. Our tax money is paying for the genocide and occupation, by the way. That is the truth. People don't like it, but it's the fact. So America is the one that's supposed to be ending this, by the way, not Egypt or Jordan, because these countries, they know if they allow Palestinians in, their countries are going to be at risk, and the Palestinians will also be at risk.
Who cares? There's lives at risk. Who cares? So you're not willing to risk your life and your safety and your comfortability for someone else. That's all it comes down to. They don't want to sacrifice.
Palestinians don't want to leave Gaza.
So they're just going to let them die. You're going to sit and let someone die rather than take the risk and save their life.
Why should they leave? Why should they leave Gaza? You leave Palestinians should leave Gaza.
Now we're saying why should they leave? Because you said they are starving and they're being genocided. I believe that it's better to retain their life. That is what's most important is their life at this point.
Solution. You're doing this thing where you blame everyone else but the Zionists that are actually killing them, and you're trying to bring.
What is Sister saying? Sister, what is it you're saying? You say that the people in Gaza.
Confused about whether the people from Gaza.
Wait, my friend, I'm just asking something. Because please mute. So I'm asking, sister, are you saying that why aren't the people in Gaza leave Gaza now?
I'm saying two things. I'm saying
wait, just yes or no question. Yes or no question. You're thinking that because they're being genocided, they should leave? Yes or no? Is that your argument?
I've been told they can't leave.
No, yes or no?
I don't know. I've been told they cannot leave. That is not an option. But if it were an option, then yes, they need to leave.
So you're saying that fact is that they cannot leave, even if they would want to leave, right? And if they could leave, you say they should leave. But right now, they can't.
Save their lives.
So where we are in this situation now, they cannot leave. They're not allowed. What is it your argument is in this context? That what is it you're saying? That
why is the government of Jordan and Egypt not doing more? Why are they not accepting them in? Why are they not fighting back?
Because
and they're supposed to be fellow Muslims. I don't understand.
Sister, they want this genocide to happen. They don't want the Gaza people to go leave.
Wait, who wants it to happen?
What we're seeing right now is that basically the Israeli government is in co-op with Egypt and Jordan, right? So they are in agreement to make it so expensive and basically making it impossible for people to leave through money. And on the other side, they're not being able to go from that place, as we can see. So reality, circumstantial evidence is telling us that they are being genocided with a purpose of being genocided. Do you understand now? Do you understand the difference?
Why? I get all that, but why are these other countries not helping? Why is Jordan denying them entry? Why is Egypt denying them entry?
Sister, we know why.
No, I don't know why. I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Hang on, sister. I gave you the answer. You're asking the same question.
Yeah, you told me the other day.
I said they're Muslim majority countries. They're not.
Let us see what you said the other day.
One second. Please, 1 second. So they're Muslim majority countries. The leaders are the puppet of who? America and Israel. They get. I explained it to you in detail. You're doing the same thing on purpose. I know you want to troll. But sister, if I tell you one thing, I like you to concede to the point. Moving forward, don't bring up the same fucking point. Right? I told you this.
I'm just saying
No, I told you this. I understand. It makes everybody angry, but the issue here is if I tell you something once or twice, that's it. You go with it because you know America, is in bed. They planted a whole bunch of puppets in GCC country. GCC means Gulf, countries, right? The leaders are in bed with America. And they cannot attack Israel without facing the consequences for America. America gives protection to Israel. That's why Egypt on silent mode as well. Egypt would not touch Israel because the backing is by America. And everybody's scared of America. That's the problem we have. And it's the enemy within. Where we live, I live in America, you live in America, Zero is from America, Dave's from America, a lot of us are from America, right? And we, the biggest enemy is the enemy within. Our enemy is the fucking government of America. That's actually, we have domestic policies, right? We vouch for the rights, the human lives, and a whole bunch of shit. But when it comes down to the foreign people in foreign nations, they get treated like shit. No human rights of any kind. Just kill, genocide them, genocide the shit out of them, oppress them, suppress them, occupy them, and do a whole bunch of shit like we did in Iraq, like we did in Afghanistan. Not to mention in Afghanistan, we killed over 200,000 people, and we detained a whole bunch of sisters into the detention camp, right? And these soldiers, they raped the sisters. That's why America parted ways with ICC, International Criminal Court, and ICJ, because they did not want on a world stage for their soldiers to get prosecuted. And if you ask the people from Afghan, one of my moderators, she's from Afghanistan, her name is Sahia, right? When she comes in, you can ask her, would you want those people to be brought to justice at the international court or inside America? She would tell you at the International Criminal Court. Because America is very biased, just like a fucking Israeli court is biased. And these people that have committed war crimes in Gaza, if you ask people in Palestine, they would want International Criminal Court or inside Gaza for these fuckers to be prosecuted. That literally fucking molest them, kill them, rape them, and snipe them. They killed a whole bunch of journalists. In the recent news, if you check the chat, they killed a whole bunch of forget the Al Jazeera journalists. They just sniped and killed and bombed hospital twice. It's like what Josh said, is a double target on the same hospital. And these journalists were from Reuters and whatnot. They're mainstream journalists, not even freaking Al Jazeera anymore. And Trump came out. Trump is pissed off. Trump said, "I'm sad. I didn't know about this."
Because Trump is not the enemy that people try to make him out to be. He's not. He's not the person that people want him to be. And I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like people need to stop putting this jacket on him and stuff like that, because honestly, he might be one of our only hopes, to get the conversation going and stuff, because he's trying to get out of that relationship with Israel.
Sister, what are you saying?
He's trying to get out of bed with Israel. He's been trying.
Sister,
he's getting deeper and deeper because of all the information they have against him.
Is he on Epstein files? Let's go one step back. Is he on Epstein files? Sister, tell us.
Maybe because he was friends with him. I don't know. I don't think, but Trump's not a pedophile.
Wait. Prove me.
And Dave, brother, please don't call, sister the B word. I was doing something. I was on another call when you did that, brother. Respectfully, don't call.
He apologized. I don't take it personally. I can be that sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not
I appreciate you taking it from me, Amir.
It's just like common sense. You shouldn't call anyone a bit.
Yeah, it's more so being offensive to the other women in the room.
If I can break down another element of this, sister. If I can break down another element real quick, the thing why these countries are more in bed with Israel is because they actually hate the Iranian axis more than they hate Israel. So you look at Saudi, for example, they don't care how many people have to die in Gaza for them to eventually cut out a deal so that the people within Palestine open diplomatic relations with the GCC countries. Because eventually, they want to build a port in Gaza and then they can make money off of it. Their main goal is to separate them from being being aligned with the Iranian axis, which is the axis that is supporting them with weapons and militarily and morally, actually. And then part two of that is if you want to look at my PTR, tell me who those people are, and might answer a couple more questions for you.
Also, you're not taking into account that Sisi would do the very same exact thing to his people if he had to. You're not looking at that. I mean, it's not that they are worried about, Sisi's not worried about Iran. They're both in BRICS. They're both BRICS members, But Sisi knows that if he had to do the same exact thing to his people, he would. He would slaughter millions if he had to stay in power. And so would MBS in Saudi Arabia. If he had to slaughter millions of his own people to stay in power, he'd do this very same exact thing. Evil is evil. Birds of a feather fly together.
I'm looking at your PCR, Josh. It said Saudi, somebody from Saudi.
That's Mohammed bin Salman and Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean, this is the thing. There's a lot of people that have pictures with Epstein because he moved in billionaire circles. That doesn't mean because they were pictured with him that they were involved in that.
Wait. Let me just say something. If it looks like a duck, acts like a duck, then it's a duck. He had literally said if his daughter wasn't his daughter, he would fuck her. Okay? I knew Miss New York. I worked with Miss New York, and she said that he would go through where the women were changing and just bust in. Okay? This man is a pedophile. He is a pedophile. He's president of the United States. He doesn't care about the United States. He's here to make money. That's it. Why is he pretending as if there's no Epstein list? Oh no. By the way, the White House just opened up a TikTok, official TikTok White House. They got trolled so bad, saying, where's the Epstein list? But even his base is asking for this Epstein list.
I understand. I don't know. Listen, the next question, my final question is, what can I do to help the cause? I don't believe in marching. I don't believe in any of that. I will donate money. I will do things that will result in actual change. But I'm not getting out there and holding up no sign because I don't think that does anything for anybody. I didn't even do that for George Floyd. So my question is, what can I as an individual do to help, if anything, to help the people of Palestine?
It worked in Australia. I mean, those people protested when they crossed that bridge.
That was in the 1960s.
I got a question actually, just building on.
Here to you fucking Zionists right now.
What? You don't want to hear
Let me speak. We need the opposite side.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to hear me, just go ahead and boot me from the room.
Please hang on. No. Hang on. We need to hear the other side as well. Go on.
I have a question actually. My sister is asking, what can she do to help the people of Palestine? She doesn't want to go out and protest, but she wants to maybe donate money or something. So my question is, do you think that if she were to lobby or advocate or encourage her friends to advocate against Israel, like if Israel had less power, or if Israel aligned with the United States, or if we stop sending money to Israel, basically something that would make Israel less powerful?
Well, we're about to elect, inshallah, the new mayor of New York, who's not taking any AIPAC money. So we need to start electing politicians that are not taking any type of AIPAC money or any kind of Israeli.
So would you? Is this your attempt to answer my question?
Okay.
I just said it.
So what? Can you repeat the question, Zach, so we can dive into it?
Comes to, headache medicine or anything, first aid, everything is set here. Like they have everything they could possibly need.
So are you part of HR or in some way
you administer this kind of stuff, or no?
I'm kind of, but I'm not really. I wouldn't say officially.
Because you could just give everyone, you know, like a $20 gift card a week for snacks or whatever, and then people don't have to.
What's that? Didn't that say they all got your mouth? See? See, you see the stuff you really move on?
From what shit? What's the shit that does?
People killing people in the city. 14-year-olds carjacking.
So what you're telling me is all the kids that are dying in rural neighborhoods, right? Rural areas in this country, which is a lot, by the way. You're saying like you're not gonna count any of that. You're just gonna talk about blue states and blue cities, right? You see how you do that?
That's a red state. Sorry.
Okay.
California was almost red.
California was never red. Sorry, buddy. Not close. No, not in my lifetime. Sorry.
This last election was close.
No. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. He's trolling y'all.
Why do you think Governor Newsom wants to gerrymander the state, and what happens if it reverses on him?
So this is how it started.
What happens? What happens if Governor Newsom
buddy,
of the state actually puts up the state?
Okay, so little boy, listen. Are you saying that's how it started with Newsom? Is what we're gonna go with?
No,
that's the story we're gonna go with, right? Okay, so no. Let's see if you have any honesty. Let's see if you have any honesty. Answer me this, young man.
Schwarzenegger said
Yeah.
he changed since he was in office.
Okay, young man, answer me this question. Why did Newsom decide to want to do the gerrymandering this time? Why did
Because he wanted to get a few more votes in the state.
Okay, yeah, but why?
Because he figured Texas was going to take some away from him.
Oh, okay, so you got some honesty. Yeah, he figured that Texas is doing disservice to their own constituents
But Pennsylvania
by
is doing
stealing
it too. Other states are doing it. That's
Okay,
the only state.
do you know how to focus?
What happens?
Do you know how to focus?
When it backfires on Newsom?
What happens when it backfires on Texas? What happens when it backfires? It'll never become a red state.
Backfire on Texas. It's going to be a red state.
You don't understand.
Texas will become red.
Hey, School C, it's only congressional district. They didn't even redraw the state districts. Only the congressional districts. So
Yeah,
how is he gonna
understand. He doesn't understand this.
Make that make
I
sense.
do. Pennsylvania's even gerrymandering. New York State wants to gerrymander.
Yes.
Why?
This is
CEO,
nothing new.
don't get your board.
This is nothing new.
Okay, why?
ML, he's having a hard time.
Why? Because they think that
That's your boy.
Democrats are going to be best
say-
for America. When the Republicans push everybody should get a job and everybody deserves a job, and you care more about the illegal immigrants taking your jobs. That's what most states believe.
Most people.
America believes you should
Okay,
have
yeah,
your
but
own
all
job, not
of the good jobs. Hey, see, stop. You're just running your mouth. All of the good jobs, right, that were held by people in this country, working for the government, they were losing it under the Donald. Donald made them lose their job. He fired them. Right. So what are you talking about? You're talking about people. Have been detained, kicked out of the country. People who've been detained, kicked out of the country, who were doing a particular job. Meanwhile, the really good, high-paying jobs that Donald got rid of. What are you talking about?
He didn't get rid of. He condensed.
He didn't get rid of them. Can you bring up the number? Can you bring up the number of individuals who lost their job?
For a truck driver, you're doing all of this? You guys are a bunch of idiots.
I do feel like I'm an idiot. Let me stop that.
You third-grade educated motherfucker pushing a 40,000-pound rig, and you basically have the education of a fourth grader. Shut up.
No. Give him at least ninth grade. You got
Yes.
Point. I agree with you on some of your ideas.
Oh, okay.
This guy's
All right.
finance voice.
See, so now look at that.
No, and let me just say, the only reason why I wanted to jump in because obviously, let me finish. Honestly, I don't really know where you guys stand on the position. I'm assuming that it's anti-MAGA. But what I would say, as a DC resident, I think that's a big topic now.
Don't you?
But since let him get his point out. I want to hear it. Yep. And so this is actually coming from the Hill, which is generally pretty nonpartisan, but definitely probably a little bit more left-leaning. But since Trump's executive order, and this was published about 48 minutes ago, I think it was, that there have been 0 homicides in DC since August 13th. And DC typically, on average, has about 4 to 5 homicides per week. So I don't know. Maybe we've saved
per week
lives.
They have 3 per week, just something like that. And then also, Hood, I have a question for you. So, the date. So,
I'm so triggered, but you got.
So, Hood, I have a question. I just want to ask an honest question. Hood, I just want to ask an honest question. So, with the stats you just read about crime being down and stuff, why all of a sudden is there a need to arm the National Guard if the current approach of them being unarmed has led to these results? What is the point of arming them now?
They already had their arms. That's the thing.
In DC, I'm asking, they're arming the DC National Guard. They weren't armed before, Hood. We're arming them now in DC. Why? Why do they need to be armed if it's working already? They did not.
What do you mean?
On Saturday, I can give you the article if you want. On Saturday, Hegseth said that National Guard is now, all of them are going to be armed. They were previously unarmed in DC.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Some.
Why would you ask a truck driver for any information?
I mean, outside of the National Guard being armed, could you maybe just answer my question? Because I literally have not spoken much, but I mean, whether or not the National Guard is armed or unarmed, I didn't know that piece. But I mean, can we just sort of ignore the fact that there have been no murders in DC?
It's wonderful. Hey, Hood, it's wonderful. It's wonderful that the last 10 days. Crime is down. That's
carjacking. Now, I wouldn't say that there haven't been any carjackings.
Impact on the business community in DC as well.
That is true. That is a good point.
And so, nothing is happening. People feel like they're under a military occupation walking down the streets with their papers because this is the move. So I think,
I don't feel like that as a black DC resident.
I'm sure if you want to take that as a win, if you want to take that as a win,
why can't I
that's wonderful for you. But this is not America. This is not America anymore for you to feel, just to feel, because we talk a lot about feelings. It doesn't have to actually be the fact, but for you to feel safe. It's ridiculous. It's an enormous sacrifice for your feelings.
Why would you walk down the street and felt in DC with you, if you're black with your people?
People do it every day. Ain't nobody.
Why would you have to walk down the street if you're black?
The only people that are scared of DC is you.
I'm not. Period. Why would you have to worry if you're black if you gotta have paper?
Okay, let's have Hood and Quinn go back and forth. Cool, if you could just hold out for a moment. So Hood, Quinn brought up the point about the economic consequences in terms of the small businesses being impacted. Do you have any thoughts?
Who cares? They're making money, the small businesses.
What is it, phase 2 or some numbers are you just changing your color now?
Hold on, just take a 3-minute timeout, all right? Just take a 3-minute timeout. Mute for 3 minutes, thanks.
I need to get the real
impulse control in this room is.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Let her just speak uninterrupted.
Yeah, so as a 25-year Black American DC resident and homeowner, I think it is having an impact, to the local businesses. But at the same time, I think that there's probably going to be an opportunity for like tourism to return, especially if they feel safer in coming to DC. And according to the numbers, listen, I'm just reporting the numbers that DC is safer. So I think that while this may be a short-term dip, with tourism, I think that it will rebound and maybe rebound bigger and better. That's my thoughts on it.
The real buyers are out there buying stuff.
Okay.
So
we're
buying stuff.
Okay, all right. So
cool. You got 2 minutes left. Cool. You got 2 minutes left on your mute.
Who are you talking to? I'm sorry.
So here's what I'm going to say real quick.
Yeah, they're
So
all.
I don't know how we got to these stats so fast. That's number one. Number two, this concept about DC like not being safe in the first place is that was kind of laughable. I know lots of other DC residents, and they never felt this way. And I've seen the stats before. This whole national thing, and it was already low. So this is kind of weird. I don't know why this was ever a talking point, and why do we even need to argue this? It's just wrong. Like, it's all fucking fake information.
So you're saying that, like, let's just say, like, let me just say this. So they could probably fudge numbers like robberies, burglaries.
Forget fudging.
I don't think that you can really like fudge like murder results. Like, somebody got correct. So
But what you're ignoring is that what people are reacting to is being occupied. So all the time, you remember when motherfuckers was going, popping their heads off about the lockdowns, and what if the National Guard was deployed to make sure that people complied with the lockdowns? Like this is not an emergency situation. People's freedoms, their sense of freedom, you talk about their sense of safety, their sense of freedom is being impacted. It's impacting your local economy, right, negatively, as it would impact our economy in Chicago, while we're still getting major tourism dollars. Nobody's afraid, except for motherfuckers who only know Chicago from watching it on fucking Fox News. Yeah. That is it. Yeah. So you can feel scared. Like, it's a lot of scared, cowardly motherfuckers walking around here. I've never been scared even to walk through project buildings. I have done so in my life in this city. Okay? Like, give me a fucking break. And let's not ignore the fact that if you want to feel safe walking down the street, cool. How about walking down your college hallways? How about walking through your churches and your synagogues, or a fucking Target? Right? I would love for our kids to feel safe and not have to get bulletproof backpacks and have live shooter drills. But as a nation, we've said that is okay, and we're here for it. Yeah, so let's be here for it.
I think we do have to be careful here in terms of sanitizing DC too much. It did make really good progress in 2024, but it's still ranked 4th per capita for murders and 7th for violent crime overall in the U.S. So there's a lot of room for improvement. We can make all the comments we make, but without sanitizing DC, it's getting to be a bit much.
Excuse me, sir. But if we're going to look at the data. I know you heard me talking, sir. If we look at the data and we look at an average from 2022 to 2024, we definitely see the uptick of the improvement. Would you not say that as well?
I said that. I said we can talk about the improvements, and there was an improvement in 2024. Absolutely. It's going in the right direction, 100%.
So it is going in the right direction. So when you say sanitize it, like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
in the process of working it
so
doesn't happen overnight.
So when I say like it seems like we're sanitizing it, it's people are saying like DC safe and all this and that. If you're number 4 out of every city in America for murder per capita and number 7 overall for violence crime, that don't count as safe.
CEO.
It just doesn't.
CEO. As a nation, we know what our problems stem from gun violence.
Yes, agreed.
And as a nation, we have said through in the public square that we are okay with that.
I hear that argument.
Excuse me. Don't look at cities in the face talking about gun crimes when people have walked through preschools and blown fucking white toddlers away, and white folks did nothing.
What's wrong with that?
Who needs to shut the fuck up? Because we see how y'all react to crime in your neighborhoods and your communities. You do nothing because you would rather have your guns, and so be it.
Let me just say one quick thing.
Gun ownership. There comes a point when there's illegal gun ownership. That's why
All
these
the mass
cities and
shootings
towns.
were by legal gun owners.
Let me just say this real quick. If I could speak, if I could just say something real fast.
Every day,
Bro, you
murders in little cities
yapping
and towns.
since I got on this app.
And how
Yeah, let me just say one quick thing. As a 25-year
Oh God, I'm calling the police because you keep
DC
talking.
resident, let me just say this. I haven't spoken much, but I would say that
Operator, can you send
since
it?
I purchased my property 25
I don't
years
care. You said that before. Every speech is
moderators,
my
did you guys like check your people?
Every speech you make is my house 25 years. So you have anything else to bring to the table?
Let him get his point out.
Jesus Christ.
When's it going to be my turn?
You'll be next. You're right after.
Oh, I go
so
after truck drivers. How do I
I would
follow
say
Go
a
after her.
truck driver?
You're after her.
Oh, he's a clown. How do I follow a clown? All right, go ahead, Hood. Hurry up, you little bitch.
This is weird. But anyway, what I would say is that sort of the big issue and the big concern that I have, with DC and sort of everything that's a function of it is the racial wealth gap, in DC. And certainly, since I bought my property, quite honestly, I didn't really know much about the neighborhood.
Let's talk about your property again.
Oh my God.
No, we want to focus on.
I think you need to shut the fuck up and let me finish. Like, you're not funny, you're not clever, you're not cute. You're just really annoying. And I think that you're preventing people.
All right, so Point's not on stage right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think the big issue is really the racial wealth gap in DC. And as much as crime, since I lived in DC 25 years ago, and it was even worse before I moved to DC, that the reduction in crime in DC, it's not a function of sort of like the Washingtonians, the native Washingtonians, that they, the education improved or their wealth position improved or any of those things to sort of eradicate, a lot of the violence and crime in DC, but it's because they were literally gentrified out. And, I come from a pretty neutral political position because I just personally think that the white liberal establishment is as evil, if not more so evil, than the white conservative establishment. And, I'm just a firm believer in the core of who I am. I think that white liberals, across this nation have been ethnically cleansing the Black American population across all of our inner cities, which is why they're so pressed and will do anything to replace that population with illegal immigrants. So, let me just finish. I'll land. So listen, like when we see people bragging about, DC is, the crime is improving, and that's only because wealthy white liberals are forcing and gentrifying Black people out of their neighborhoods, and so that's it.
So when you said white liberals are ethnically genociding Black people, that's a really big allegation. So can you give your evidence of?
Yeah, I think that when you look at our voting patterns, it's Black Americans, we're overwhelmingly, support the Democratic Party, which is sort of the engine under it are, white liberal and white liberal ideologies and oligarchs. And I think that we've put them in control of our politics. And I just fundamentally, this is just me, like Malcolm X said, really the only difference between a white liberal and a white conservative is that they both want power. But what the white liberals done is that they've been very effective in posing as the Black Americans' friend and benefactor. But sort of the core of who both white liberals and white conservatives are is that they're both anchored, in my opinion, at ensuring that white people control the wealth in this country and that white people control the politics. I think that everything else is sort of red herring issues. But even when you look at, say, for example, the Democrats and their political chance of addressing wealth inequality through reparations legislation. We saw that Gavin Newsom, after the 2-year reparations task force, AB 3121, they came out with 2 bills, out of that to advance reparations in California, which basically were derailed by the California Black Caucus and Gavin Newsom himself. And then even when we look at Westmoreland, Maryland, he had an opportunity to create a reparations task force. Similar, let me finish, similar to California. And he vetoed it. So yeah, white liberals, I think, listen, I think that white liberals and white conservatives are just different wings of the same bird. And trusting our politics to white liberals is crazy. That's just
okay. We're having a conversation. So, Westmore just said no to a study because they already had free studies, right? He said, come back with an action plan and then I'll do something on it. So what was your issue there? And then second, can you not say the whole thing about white liberals are committing ethnic genocide? Because I asked you for an example of it.
I said the white liberal establishment. The white liberal establishment.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't.
Sanger did that.
I didn't hear an example of the ethnic genocide.
No, not Margaret Sanger, stupid.
Planned Parenthood and
Margaret Sanger, abortion control, stupid.
What are you saying?
Abortion control, stupid.
Imagine if you had 20
Margaret Sanger advocated for birth control, not abortion, you asshole.
Abortion is a
kids, probably.
Oh wow, we're niggas now. That's offensive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, can we fucking have a debate without ad hominems?
Excuse
Yeah, don't call me a nigga.
You
Stop with the ad hominems.
You niggas.
I think we can have a civil discord without people, without you calling people
But the
niggas. Like
Democrats push separation of fathers from family.
Yeah, can we like moderate this space? I don't appreciate being called a nigga.
Flames go. I'm sorry, I say your name. How do I say your name? I'm sorry. How do I say your name? King. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the
Separation of family.
A generation of now are going to be talking about the Democrats when all along.
Who keeps saying
when all along it's y'all rooting for the fucking military, the police.
I'm doing it. Y'all talking over each other. Can you stop, please?
Nobody's talking.
No, you were, ma'am. I wouldn't have did that.
Nobody. Yeah, I was talking. Nobody was talking over me.
Okay, so I'm crazy now. I'm a crazy nigga. Go ahead.
Thank you. So, yeah, remember how we wanted to talk about the crime bill, but we didn't want to talk about all the black people that was behind the scenes rooting for the shit? Now, y'all are the ones rooting for the shit. A police state. Y'all aren't going to be satisfied till stop and frisk is back. But a generation from now, y'all will be blaming it on the Democrats. And we see you, and we're going to put that in the record.
1984 was the Democrats. 1994 was the Democrats.
That was not my point. My point is that there was a whole cadre of Negroes, like Hood, behind the scenes advocating for that, for them to do that. Black people supported the crime bill in '94. People like him, because they didn't quote unquote feel safe, regardless to what the statistics may have shown or what.
Well, you know, there are also ministers and business people and a lot of people in the community that supported the crime bill, though, Queen. I mean, we gotta be real with that.
That's my
and
point.
not just what you consider just them niggas. It was a lot. My mother's pastor supported John L. Branham, and he had one of the biggest churches. I think it was on Main and I don't know, over there in that area. So he supported it because every day they would come in when they go to worship, there was a lot of shit going on. So I'm not, you see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to push against you. I'm just adding.
No. I'm saying
all right, love you.
That is my point, Lisa. That's my point.
Okay, I got you, sis.
And you understand that a generation later, where were those people speaking up and explaining why they did that during election times when we had the opportunity to vote for status quo versus a fascist? Where were they reminding people that no, we asked for that? We wanted that.
Yes,
we were down with the stop and frisk. We were down with the mass incarceration.
So,
because basically,
you're right.
Real quick, I just want to tell Lisa. So, interesting enough to your point, 58% of African Americans supported the crime bill compared to 49% of white people. So, black community supported it more.
And this is nothing but a read. We have learned nothing. That is my point.
Can you link that?
We have learned nothing.
Listen, let me just say this one real quick. I think that just because you're black doesn't mean that your politics is anchored in like how politics can benefit the black community. If that's not you, that's fine. But I think that for those black people that want to weaponize and leverage politics to improve the black community, I guess sort of the message that I get is that I think that as Black people, that group of the Black people, I think we really need to start envisioning a different way of doing politics. Because if we continue to sort of fight and banter, between supporting and advocating for Republicans or Democrats, I just think that we're always going to be in this perpetual cycle of like status quo, because neither of these parties are anchored in weaponizing politics to improve the Black community outside of just using us for our vote. And I think that as long as like Black people just see ourselves, fighting to defend being on plantation A or plantation B, I just think we'll never get anywhere. I think that we need to envision a bigger politic for Black people.
Why anything that have to do with us is plantation? I don't know why you keep using that terminology. Plantation mindset. There's nothing about Black people
Let's say I didn't say plantation.
Are you gonna talk over me?
Well, I think you're trying to redirect.
No, I'm not trying to do shit. I just asked for a minute so I can finish my.
That's what it is.
This plantation bullshit that you make. Okay, I'm gonna mute you or either throw you down. One or the other.
That's fine. You go ahead.
One or the other.
Yeah, my point.
But you coming in here and just loading on shit on the stage talking about plantation this, plantation that. You don't use that type of terminology when you talk about white folks. There's nothing about me being on a fucking plantation in 2025, sir. Not one fucking thing. Not my kids, not me, not my family, not my fucking community. So you need to find another fucking talking point when you start talking about, my community. Seriously, I'm getting sick and tired of that. And these white folks come and take this shit that you're saying and they take it and they spread it out. Just like we had this. Because he called me a nigga for straight out the bat. I said, how do you find you have the authority to call me out of my name? He goes, because you guys use it as a term of endearment. So I'm calling you a nigga. And this is the shit that you guys started. So don't come in here and start talking about a motherfucking plantation. And then all the people sitting in the audience who don't look like me, who don't give a fuck about me, who don't give a fuck about my community, all of a sudden they hollering, they're echoing your fucking talking points. That's all I gotta say.
Because you don't recognize that you're being, like, our community is being used as a pawn right now in this situation.
Our community is being used as a pawn by both parties.
And that's the thing I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about y'all pedophiles.
Our history as Black people in this country politically didn't start on August the 25th, 2025 at 2:52 p.m.
Yuri, you can speak to me directly. Yuri, you can speak to me directly. Okay, I said it. So what is the problem with what I said, Yuri? You're on stage. You get on mic. Okay, so what? Okay, are you on mic, Yuri? Go ahead. I'm not trying to attack you, sis. I'm just asking for clarification. Promise, it's no attack. You went back and had something to say about what I said. So that.
I can't hear her. Can anyone else?
Is there something wrong with your mic, Yuri? Are you trying to speak? You might have to come back.
I don't see anything wrong with plantation. I think you're
saying. Hey, I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't know what I think. I don't really give a fuck, Al. That's not nice. On a fucking plantation because you think that shit is cute. Go right ahead. Nobody's stopping you. I said me, my family, and my community. Where you live, plantation might be a thing, babe. That's all. You Black people are fucking confused.
Lisa's not even from America. Like her family's
you don't know where the fuck I'm from.
I know you're an immigrant.
I'm not a fucking immigrant.
You don't have relatives that live on plantations, so you're not in a position to speak with, to the descendants of American slaves that have family that lived on plantation. I know you're an immigrant. You're an immigrant. And so you're an immigrant. You're an immigrant, Lisa. You're an immigrant. You're an immigrant.
They call us people audience observers. How about that?
anything that just being used as an insult now.
Look, Al, let me just make something perfectly clear right now. I don't tell you how to feel. I don't tell you what to say. I don't tell you how to take care of your family. I don't tell you shit. I said to me. So don't get on here telling me how to feel about somebody saying that I'm on a fucking plantation. The nerve of you. Who the fuck are you? Are you the black king now? That we gotta, whatever you say, we have to take it and we have to eat it? Who the fuck are you, Al?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're offended because it's reference on slavery, but I'm not offended by slavery. I'm not offended. If you're an immigrant, that's probably why you're upset.
I'm not a fucking immigrant. Would you like me to call you out your name in a minute? My people's blood is in this soil. I am not a fucking immigrant. And what does it make about the fuck was? I am not an immigrant. Did I ever tell you that? Did I ever tell you that? Did I send you a copy of my fucking birth certificate and my passport? Did I send you my people's history? Did I do any of that for you, Al? For you to come out of your fucking ass and call me an immigrant? Did I do any of that? Are you listening to the hood rat because you both men and you gonna suck his dick? I'm telling you, I am not a fucking immigrant.
So you were 0.5% of the slavery?
I bet 50%.
Cheese Ados. What's going on here?
I'm trying to respect your stage with these motherfucking punans. I'm trying to be nice. They don't know me well enough to be in here trying to tell me I'm a motherfucking immigrant. They don't know me. Them niggas ain't even seen me, never met me, probably never heard me come off mic. Now all of a sudden I'm a fucking immigrant to them two Kunites. Stop it. I'm not asking you your heritage. Not one fucking time did I come off a mic and question where you from and who you are. Not one fucking time, Al. So what's your problem with me today? What is it? You want me to be an immigrant? You're attracted to spicy, indigenous people? Are you? What is going on today?
I think you only got a little bit of a lighter color because you were family mixed with a white person.
What?
Shut the fuck up.
Light skin.
There are a lot of people in this room, sir, who are mixed. Now, what's your problem with it? What's your fucking problem with it? There are a lot of people on the stage who are more light of skin, like you want to say. So what's your fucking problem with it?
Skin. I don't know what's going on.
Sir,
But you're saying you're not a legal immigrant.
Cool, where are you from? Are you a recent immigrant? How many generations have you been here?
Well, my family heritage goes back to a president.
What president?
President Clinton.
Hood, I'm about to block your dumb ass. I swear to God, I have nobody on my block list. You're gonna be the first motherfucker.
Lisa, do you think that my life revolves around like?
Do you think my life revolves around you, nigga?
Fucking Clubhouse, like.
Do you fucking no? I don't think it revolves around Clubhouse. You weirdo. I think you come in here and you think you gotta. You think that you can. Exactly. So get out my drawers, nigga. If you don't know me, climb out. Climb out. I know you like it there. I know you love it there. But climb the fuck out.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
He's a fucking idiot.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah,
Let's bring it back. So yeah, who said that? Who said let's talk about Trump? All right, so let's just stick to knowing what we know. If you have to ask a question, just ask a question. I don't know Lisa's background, but I don't think that she's an immigrant. So we can move along. Next on the docket, what's going on? Nothing? Y'all done?
Can I just say really quickly,
Be nice, Al. Be nice, Al.
I'm not going to say anything else about the whole plantation thing, because I think it's a sore spot for a lot of people.
Keep on.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the peace. I'm saying for me personally, like when people mention, getting off the Democratic plantation.
Is that your wife in your PTR? Al.
You know it is.
So you better not say another fucking thing to me. Because I will roast and toast and chop and dice your motherfucking ass right now. I'm going to let you know that. Right.
Question.
It just shows you haven't matured and grown out of your
So this is something that I have found myself pondering on a lot recently, in the dawn of conservatives, Black men, and how they talk about the nuclear family. And for me, I always am stunned or lost on how to continue, because their nuclear family always is an example of the whiteouts of their bloodline. The nuclear family, familial unit that they speak of is never a Black man, a Black woman, and Black children. It's always
why does it matter to you?
A white woman and mixed children, and they purposely seek out the whiteout of their bloodline, and that is just amazing to me, because in a generation or two that Queen spoke of, their children won't even be Black, phenotypically, or y'all look at your own bloodline, and it's comical to me. Like you are colonizing your own bloodline, and that is just insane to me.
Cosplay nigga.
We got Black men up here, white women,
white woman gonna come in here talking. And then has his fucking PTR and his stuff in French. Nigga, you got a nerve. You really got a fucking nerve here. And I'm gonna let you live right now, because you got a fucking nerve.
But it's called the nuclear. Hold on, Kosi. Give me a second, Kosi. Kosi, stand down. So it's called the nuclear family. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters exactly what the race of that nuclear family is. It's just being a unit. So
it does when the nuclear family is brought up as a remedy to Black community problems, and then Black men say, "Oh, black nuclear family," but not all of a sudden that concept is lost upon you. I don't understand. Y'all like Black women solutions.
But no one listens to those Black men.
Is Black. Why is he talking to me? Y'all lay out these solutions to communal problems, and then when we go back to the table and say, "Hey, Mr. Leader of Community, this resolution does not fit the community outlook." Now it's why does it matter?
Black men.
But a Black.
Are you a Black man?
Kosi, I don't know why Kosi.
Hold on for a second. Kosi, are you a Black man?
No, but I can see it.
So do you fuck Black men? Do you fuck Black men? So why are you talking? This conversation does not pertain to you. This conversation does not pertain to you. You're not a Black man, nor do you fuck Black men, so how do you know?
But why do you think the household's separate?
This conversation is not pertaining to you, because if you want me to talk about you, we can talk about how white men have a bad day at work, go home, and commit familicide.
White men.
Okay? All because you didn't get that raise, and Marina came in and make $2 more than you. Don't start with that. Because white men have community problems as well.
The white guys.
But this just proves how you're nasty to Black men. Your attitude towards the Black man in this country.
Ain't nobody more nasty for their family than a white man who has a bad day. Y'all have CP of your children, and then come home and kill everybody and commit suicide. What are you talking about?
Your boys do it on the street because their mothers are the only ones raising them.
Oh my God. So the Black men who do sleep with the Black women and get them pregnant, leave them. Those guys are losers. Those men don't count for the majority +%. Maybe Black men who actually do.
With
the
point I made.
But there's a lot of Black men.
When I'm talking about Black, because I specifically spoke about a particular type of Black man.
But those are the minutiae of society. Why are you even giving them credence?
Procreates with white women, and they talk about the longevity and the
even that's a
Black community,
minute
and it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but why don't you focus on the majority versus the minority of people who do things?
Because I'm focusing on what I brought up in the conversation. That's why.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, people get. Why is Kosi still talking?
Let me help out real quick. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. Kosi, you're in the truck. I know you think that we're supposed to just pay attention to you because you lack color, but that's not going to happen. Omari and Oasis are having a conversation, and we're going to allow them. If you continue to interrupt one more time, that's all you have. You will be placed in the go. Okay? Thank you. Go ahead, Oasis, Omar.
No, I get. Go ahead, Oasis. I'll let you go first.
Well, no, because you're talking about why am I focusing on a specific sector of people as if I did not specify in my initial offering. So I'm focusing on them because that's the group of people I want to learn more about. I'm trying to get to the psyche of it. It's not about, oh my God, one bad apple, throwing out one bad apple that ruins the bunch. No, I want to figure out why that apple turned bad to begin with.
Yeah, I think the men who do that, and I do see these talking points from some black men. A lot of times the men who particularly probably lean more right? But I would say I always push back and say, look, why did the black man leave? He laid down with a black woman, got her pregnant, then took off. I think what's his name, Tommy Sotomayor, or whatever the hell his name is. He got like a gang. He's been divorced multiple times. Had a bunch. He is the worst advocate, speaker for that movement, which is what do they call themselves? Incels, whatever they call them.
Yeah, like incels, whatever.
So these folks they've been broken up. They can never keep a relationship, but they're able to talk, be able to communicate, and they get a big following. They just the loudest voices on the internet. That's all. But most black men love black women. Like I might not be married, so I've been with my wife since I was 15 years old. Right? I'm 47. So, but before I dated nothing but black women. She's Hawaiian. So doesn't mean that I don't love black women.
Nobody cares.
That's the
You know what your wife since you was 15 years old?
I mean, yeah, 92.
I don't know you loved any other black woman before 15.
Listen,
because I had girlfriends.
What's going on? But you was in love before 15?
Yeah, oh yeah. Allison.
Yeah.
Well, her name was So she was black. Her name was Allison. But anyways, that's not important.
One whole black woman in my entire life.
This is the thing that gets me though, because you don't have to put a silver lining in. The silver lining when y'all give y'all responses always, y'all had that one black woman 10 years ago, when I was 6 years old, with all my the silver lining is not needed to justify your point. Just stay on the fact that you were not married.
If I was divorced, I would marry someone like Lisa. I would probably marry another black woman like her.
I do not give a fuck, Omari. Your dick is not big enough. First of all, nigga. I don't give a fuck if you marry me or not, because I don't need you. Bro, you're not a prize. You are not a fucking prize. I'm raising like that. And let me tell you what the caveat is.
Why is she going off on me?
Like your dumb, ignorant ass. Okay? I don't know why you niggas is in my panties today. For what? I don't know. I ain't said nothing to you. Flag winding, white worshiping motherfuckers. I ain't said nothing to y'all. So get out of my lane. Shut up, trucker, and
just took a stray.
This is what I'm telling you. I don't need you, Omari, like you some fucking prize, like I gotta marry your fucking ass. You nothing. You and this other hood rat at the end are out. Like you guys are fucking prizes.
Okay, he was
look
just
at me
saying.
And then look at you and make a decision.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the conversation, somebody asked him about marrying a black woman. He said if he were to get married again, he would marry a woman like Lisa. That wasn't a
He
bad
said
thing.
not like Lisa.
I said like Lisa.
Omari. I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm so sorry, Omari. You guys got me mad at her because this nigga hood rat and this salt and pepper Al don't come for me. You got the wrong one. Don't let the glasses fool you, okay? I'm the right one today, and I'll be the right one all day. You keep messing with me.
Lisa, that was good. That was good stuff.
Yeah, she you cooked on that one. I mean, I never claimed to be a prize. Okay, but that's fine.
Omari, Omari, you have my feelings in it because I love you and I know you're married. And I'm your side piece, and all of a sudden you're gonna get up here and start disrespecting me?
Nah.
That's all we've been through? What the hell?
Nah, never. I was like, damn. I was like, I That's what I figured. I blame Al anyway. I was gonna punch Al and Kosi for that one anyway.
Hold on. Listen, at this point, I think that Lisa and Mickey are evil fraternal twins and don't even fucking know them.
You're gonna get in trouble. Hood wants me so bad.
They're literally the same person.
It's not, well, okay, I don't have a problem with that. Me and Mickey can be the same person, but you need to stop. Stop doing what you're doing, because you're making me feel like you're an enemy of my people, and I'm not an immigrant. If I was an immigrant, I'd be proud of it. I don't have to, downplay my situation, but I'm just saying for you make it seem like you're an enemy of our people, and that's what's really, I think, got me going. So let me tell you something, Hood. I apologize for saying your mother should have swallowed your dumb ass. I apologize. I apologize for every bad thing that I said about you, okay? Can we start over, me and you?
That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go on a date. You gotta pay them. Let's go on a date.
I always pay. Ask around.
I'm actually married, so.
Well, I can't go out with you then. We're good.
So just back to you.
You stealing my one-liners.
Where's my apology?
I apologize.
You remember Lisa, you remember when I told Manfinity that his mama should have swallowed him and he had a fit? He had a conviction on stage. I thought he was gonna die right there.
I wasn't trying to be as mean as I sounded. Since I'm an immigrant, I'm spicy. I'm not an aggressive, angry black woman, so I could be labeled as spicy since I'm an immigrant. But I love black men. I love you guys. Just please don't marginalize me or our community, and we'll be good.
Well, can I get an apology from Oasis? Because Oasis, I don't know what her issue was. She got on stage to attack.
That's for her. That's
if
for
we're
you.
giving out apologies, Oasis, I'll take one.
Well, I
Can I
would say
take
that
the L really quick?
Someone
I don't know if you reference me.
Yes, I'm ready for my apology.
What?
You better off having that white woman ancestors apologizing to you. You can kiss my ass.
Somebody gonna tell you to give him an apology. That's weird. Y'all weird. Yeah.
Are you still there?
Illinois Election Commission.
Oh, yeah, I'm still here, yeah.
Illinois 16 voter roll for
Oh, I didn't say L. I said L. Hi, I'm here. Hey, sweetie, I don't know if you saw my response in the chat. Being an immigrant, there's nothing insulting about being called an immigrant. But when a Black American is called an immigrant, if they're not an immigrant, it feels like an insult. Because see, I know my family's past all the way to slavery. I know where I come from. I know what my family sacrificed. And it's insulting because I was born here. My parents were born here. My grandparents were born here. And my great-great-grandparents were born here. So, and none of us asked to be here. Right. And I can't freaking leave. I wish I could. I'm not going to abandon my children, even though they're grown. I'm not going to just abandon my home and my children. But I wish I could leave because I'm scared about what's about to happen. It ain't going to happen to me. It's going to happen to Al and anybody else in here that's pretending to be white or our white adjacent.
I don't know.
Or our white adjacent.
I want to hear Sandra's. Can you continue? I'm listening.
So no, it's not an insult, not at all, because I have friends from lots of different nationalities, immigrants, everything. I mean, I grew up with a bunch of Jewish kids. I went to synagogue. I did everything because we all went to church together. I went to the Catholic churches. I did everything because we were all together. That's how I was raised. So no, it's not an insult, but then again, it is because when you look at the way we're being. I'm sorry.
I was hearing it used as an insult. I mean, I'm proud of being an immigrant, that my grandparents immigrated here and built what they did. I think for you guys, it's like a double thing. It's, they're saying...
Wait, what did your grandparents build? They got to America after they're already built.
So
exactly. They didn't
so
build
not only are they saying that, they're also negating what your family and your descendants did to build this country. Both are. But I was reading it and hearing it as the word immigrant seems to be flung about right now as an insult, which is, first of all, stupid because other than the Native Americans, we are all immigrants.
No, we're not immigrants. Black Americans are not immigrants.
Yeah, we're not.
We did not voluntarily come here like your ancestors.
So so that I understand, because I'm here to understand, what you're saying that when I use the word immigrant to describe my grandparents who came over out of need from Russia and to, flee from the Holocaust, that the way that you guys use the word immigrant is different than that.
No, you made a specific point to say that the only people who are not immigrants in this country are Native Americans. And Al's point and our point is that the slaves that came to America, unlike your Russian ancestors who came to America voluntarily based on need, is that we were brought here and our ancestors were brought here against their will. So we don't consider ourselves
set up shop outside of
I got it. That's really helpful clarity for me. Thank you.
And even worse than that, right? Your ancestors came here because America was a highly developed country based on the free labor of our ancestors, right? So your ancestors fled to America because of economic opportunity based on the exploitation of Black Americans. So for you to get on this app and say, "Oh, we're immigrants," is very disrespectful.
No, they actually came here because they weren't really that well liked in their own country.
Well, that's their own fault.
Truthfully, they had nowhere to go, and America actually turned most Jews away. So there's a lot of history here, but I'm just trying to understand.
Though. You can look up anti-Semitism in Europe and where it originated.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that with you. It's helpful for me to understand how you're using the word immigrant. So thank you. Here to learn.
Yeah, our arrival as slaves predated the formation of this nation. So a lot of us consider ourselves Native Black Americans. There's some that argue that we're actually indigenous and native to the land. I don't support that position, but I can say that we're native to the formation of America as a union.
Yeah, and can I just say for Sandra or anyone else who thinks I have something coming to me because I'm part of the white community, I'm not afraid of anything. All this fear mongering about Trump, none of that affects me. I'm not impacted by
You're part of what community?
He's a part of the white community, he said.
They gonna have your ass admit it.
He said he's a white man because he put his penis in a white vagina.
They
So
gonna
he's a
have
white
your
man.
ass admit it, and they gonna whip you still.
And every Sunday he gets to sit at the white table when he goes to visit his in-laws.
Transition from?
What in the Rachel Dolezal's going on here?
Oh, Rachel.
He eats chicken with pepper and salt with mashed potatoes and corn.
But you know what's interesting? Let me just say,
That's why I said salt and pepper only.
But let me just say this: if this is in fact Al's wife or partner, a white woman, do you think that he, given his...
That is his wife. We know that's his wife. It's not the first time we meet him.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that given his position on empowering and advocating for Black people, that if he were ashamed of his wife, do you think that he would put his photo up?
This Negro, when did he advocate for the Black family? He just said he went over to whiteness. So why your wife didn't come over to Blackness? This is crazy as hell. Because when my mother married my dad, there was a total separation between him and his whole fucking family. Because to be with it's not him submerging or us submerging into whiteness. It's just wild. That was the wildest statement I heard a Black man say, I think, in the history of Black men.
Oh, stop being so dramatic.
That's not dramatic. That's not
I'm just saying this. Listen, I'm not saying but the reason they were
are constantly losing. There's a part of you saying that $1,000 I pay.
Black women in this country, as long as you guys are smart and you're demonizing interracial relationships, then like, what does that say for the universal black? You have done it for 10 years. You have brought up the interracial relationships.
And then to say something about you know that every one of these motherfucking lives are
I mean, anything object we are trying elections, and we're talking about winning elections. That's how come on.
and some of us have family. Yeah, you're going to change. You're going to shut the fuck up, nigga. I was trying to be a little fucking respectful. Now you got me out my body.
Is that guy?
You fucking clown. Shut the fuck up. Go back to your fucking rat hole that you came out, you fucking. Now who's fucking next?
I guess I don't get this argument. I mean, didn't they fight for that? I don't know what year was it, 1967 or some shit like that. What year was that? Loving v. Virginia. Didn't they fight for interracial marriage and for that equality to be able to marry and be whoever you want? Like, why?
Don't say them. You are part of them. Say us.
No, we all. I mean, Martin.
Crashes out in the bay with congressional candidate Mark Rice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What is the big deal if you find someone that you love and she doesn't have the same skin as you? Like, I don't get it. When does
I'm kind of confused too because Kamala Harris has 2 immigrant parents.
I don't care about I'm not talking about anyone's names.
No, I'm saying my kids won't be black. Kamala Harris is a black woman somehow, even though both her parents are immigrants and they're from they're not even black themselves. So I'm confused how Kamala Harris is black. This whole thing is very, very strange. The way they try to manipulate.
Be like an outsider to your own body and see yourself doing it, but be powerless to stop it. I understand just a physical drug addiction. You're sick and achy and you feel like shit if you don't take the drug. But, gambling is not palpable like that in the same way. So anyway, I will mute. I've been talking.
No, that's fascinating.
And Demar loses and crashes out in debate with congressional candidate Mark Rice.
Listen.
And of course, I think about the people who design slot machines now and are the same people who develop video games because they are, they're not mechanical reels anymore. They're just computer software. So I think they must have the best video game developers in the world and the best psychologists in the world all working in tandem to make the experience as addictive as possible. So I couldn't imagine being on one of those teams and knowing that your life's work goes to creating a product that is most effective at destroying people's lives in such an efficient way.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, good morning, Holly.
Was that? Hey, okay. Are you already done with your shower?
I am.
Good job.
Right?
Wash your hair and everything?
Sarah is a tiny woman. She's not a big back. Like, it doesn't need to take her that long. Like, what do you mean?
I use it as therapy for myself. I'm like, I need an hour. Okay?
Me too, but I do the therapy showers.
Yeah.
This was just a get my hair washed. Yes,
Yeah, I do.
That's right.
I like the long hot shower. I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
at the end, I make it super freaking icy cold for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to cool my body temp. Oh yeah, it's good for you.
My house is cold enough that, like, getting out of the shower, you step into a freaking iceberg. So
Yeah, that's the best. I live in a condo, and somebody had the brilliant idea of putting instead of putting the bathroom up where the windows are, they put it in the middle of the unit. Like in the middle of the box, basically of several units. So it's on the inside of the building. And so, and what the significance of that is that in a subtropical environment, it traps in moisture unless you have, the fan can only do so much work, but and you have to have a dehumidifier. I don't know how people would survive without one, because then the other brilliant thing is they also have a closet next to the bathroom. What? Let's have everything mold.
Where is it?
The closet?
Yeah, like the geographical region.
I'm sorry. In Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Is that considered tropical?
It's subtropical.
Oh.
Now I want a nap. I want to take a nap.
I don't know.
I don't know if they can. I don't know if it's constitutionally protected, because we restrict the constitutional rights of many immigrants. For instance, Abby, like you're well aware, you can't be in certain types of protests as an immigrant to this, like on a college visa. You can't. And that can be revoked at any point in time, given the Secretary of State. And all of this, like, all we hear is like they're being deported without due process. They're being deported, and there is due process. There's a process in place. You just don't agree with the way that due process is, and you should argue that point rather than say that there's no due process and they're illegally being deported. There is no evidence of them being illegally, and I'm aware that there's Abu, whatever his name was, just recently picked up today, and he's facing deportation again.